All right, guys, the judges en route to the courtroom. At this time, if you can silence all your cell phones. Just be advised, there is no recording inside the courtroom. Ken up here is going to have it on court TV, so if you'd like any footage from the court proceedings today, you can go on his website and get it from there. If you can remove all hats and sunglasses from the tops of your head at this time.
But yeah, usually my schedule is yeah. So,
We don't need to have
What's this for? Okay, that'll be upstairs and free. Oh, is that here? No.
All rise. Court is now in session. Honorable William Scott presiding.
Good morning, please be seated.
Each of you introduce yourselves. Introduce yourself to the court. Where are you coming to? Introduce yourself.
All right, counsel, since we're doing digital court reporting today, I want to remind everyone to be sure to use the microphones. If you're not at the lectern, be sure to pull them close. It's important that we keep a good record. And if you're specifically referring to some individual pleading in the court record, let's try and use the document identification number so that we have a good record. That particularly helps the court reporters also make a good record for the purpose of the case. Also, we have the overflow courtroom running on Zoom now, so that if you wish to do presentation of your documents, you'll need to use the protocol that I sent last week using the Zoom connection for your presentation. So I don't know if anyone's on there right now, if you need to be let in for presentation of any documents or other things. So simply let me know when the need arises and I'll bring you into the conference. All right. Any questions before, other than the technical aspects before we begin?
You want to maybe approach briefly?
All right, everybody who's, I'm sorry. Okay, all right, we'll wait just another minute.
The last one in line.
Judge, all of my witnesses for this morning are present. I do have several witnesses that I asked to show up this afternoon.
All right, if you'd all witnesses who are present, step in front of the bar, please, to receive your oath. Just line up left to right, everybody. And defense have any witnesses present?
We do not at this time, Your Honor, but as I will take responsibility for instructing our witnesses.
Would all of you raise your right hand, please? Madam Clerk, will you swear the witnesses?
Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you are about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Yes. Thank you.
Okay, you may put your hands down. A rule of procedure and evidence has been invoked, which requires you to remain outside of the courtroom at all times except when you're called to testify. Before and after your testimony, you may not discuss your testimony among yourselves or with anyone else. However, you may discuss your testimony one witness at a time with the lawyers in the case without violating this rule. Should you violate the rule, you may be subject to sanctions including contempt or the possibility that I will not permit you to testify. Do you understand what I'm explaining to you?
Yes.
Okay. All right, at this time, you will stay out of the courtroom until you're called to testify. And the rule applies to you at all times until you hear me say that you are released from your obligations for testimony. Okay? All right, thank you very much. And counsel, you're released. Counsel, for the state and the defense, you're instructed to provide this direction to all witnesses who are not present, and every witness will be bound by this instruction as if they had been presented it in court.
Yes, sir. And would Your Honor want to do the same this afternoon when my witnesses arrive?
Say again?
Would Your Honor want to do the same this afternoon with those witnesses?
No, sir. I'm relying on you to provide that instruction.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Do you wish to make an opening, or do we want to go straight to the evidence?
The state was not going to make an opening, Judge. The state was going to go
Call
directly
your
to
first
evidence.
witness, please.
State would call Charles Johnson.
All right. And you just received the oath, is that right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, good. Snuggle up to that microphone, speak clearly and distinctly.
All right.
Oh, that's fine. And it's pretty sensitive. You don't have to lean right into it.
Understood.
It's important we can all hear and understand what you have to say. Also, there's a court reporter buried in the back of the courtroom.
Yes, sir.
Courthouse, I should say, taking this all down. So it's important they're able to hear and understand everything and make a good record. Is that okay?
Understood.
If one of these lawyers objects, stop speaking immediately until I give you an instruction on how to proceed. Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
All right. You may inquire, Mr. Hall.
Thank you, Your Honor. Sir, would you please state your name for the record?
Charles Lamont Johnson Jr.
And how old are you, sir?
I am 26 years old.
And what did you do for a living?
I was a service member along with Roger Fortson in the United States Air Force.
And what did you do for the Air Force?
I was a CV-22 electrical and environmental technician for 4.5 years.
And you're retired now, is that correct?
Yes, sir. Separated, yes, sir.
You mentioned Mr. Roger Fortson. What was your relationship with Roger?
I call Roger my best friend. That was my brother in arms. That was the closest thing I had to a brother from another mother, for sure.
Yes, Ron. Or yes, sir. When did you first get to know Roger?
I got to know Roger within the first few weeks of me arriving at Hurlburt Field Air Force Base back in June of 2021.
And you became friends at that point, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And obviously Roger was in the Air Force with you, correct?
Yes, sir.
I want to talk to you about May 3rd of 2024. Did you see Roger that day?
Yes, sir.
And can you tell me how you first came to see Roger that day?
I believe we had previously communicated via cell phone that he would come over to my house to hang out, play some video games before we got into whatever the day had planned for us.
Were you off that day?
Yes, sir.
What about Roger?
Roger was as well. We were having a, I guess, unit event or base event on base that didn't require any of us to be at work. So, yes, essentially we were off.
And did you know where Roger lived?
Yes, sir.
Had you been to his apartment?
Multiple times.
And about how far from Roger did you live?
I'd say I probably lived less than 3 minutes from Roger's apartment.
And so would the two of you regularly see each other?
Yes, sir. Almost every day during the week and weekend, if he wasn't with his girlfriend.
Okay. And so that day, you said you guys communicate by phone. Where did you first see him?
I first saw Roger, like in person?
Yes, sir.
At my apartment.
Okay. And about what time was that?
That would have been somewhere in the ballpark of 1:30, 2 o'clock.
And he came to your apartment?
Yes, sir.
Was it just the two of you?
It was me, him, as well as his best friend, and now the mother of my child, Tamia Randall.
Okay. And what were you guys doing?
We were just playing video games. I think we watched a little bit of TV, hung out, talked.
Okay. Was that a pretty ordinary, common occurrence?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Just playing video games?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
All the time.
Okay. And about how long did Roger stay that afternoon?
I want to say Roger stayed at my apartment for 2, maybe 3 hours that day.
Okay. And do you know where he was going when he left your apartment?
Yes, sir.
Where was he going?
He was going back to his apartment.
Anything unusual or that stood out while you and Roger were hanging out that afternoon?
No, sir.
At what point did you first hear that something had happened to Roger?
I want to say some time after he had left my apartment, I received a call from his mother, Mika Fortson. And that's when I realized that something had happened or could have happened. She was asking me to get over to his house like immediately, as fast as possible.
Was she aware that he'd been shot?
I believe she was.
And so after this conversation you had with Mrs. Fortson, what did you do?
Immediately, or actually while I was on the phone, I was leaving my apartment to get in my car and rush over to his apartment. But we got off the phone and I just sped to his house as fast as I could.
And you said it was, what, about a 3-minute drive?
Yes, sir.
And what did you observe when you arrived there at Roger's apartment complex?
I observed what seemed to be a sea of Okaloosa County sheriffs, both on the floor of his apartment building and in the parking lot area. Just multiple patrol cars, yellow tape, the whole nine.
Were you able to get into the actual complex?
Yes, I was able to get into the complex, but not into his apartment itself.
That was all taped off?
Correct.
Did you learn any additional information at the scene?
I approached officers and attempted to gain entry to the upper levels so that I could get to Roger's apartment. I was immediately met by 3 officers who repeated that they didn't know any information and couldn't tell me any information, to which then I was subsequently directed to the nearby Fort Walton Beach Hospital.
Is that where you went?
Yes, sir.
And were you ultimately informed about Roger's condition there at the hospital?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And were you still there when he passed away?
Yes, sir.
Now, do you know if Roger owned a firearm?
Yes, I do.
Okay. And when did he initially purchase that firearm?
I want to say he purchased his firearm shortly, like very shortly after his recent deployment. He had just come back from Kuwait.
Okay. And how long had he been in Kuwait?
He was trying to get out of it, but he was in Kuwait for 7 months, 7 months straight.
And you said he bought the gun shortly after he returned?
Correct.
Okay. And do you know where he kept that firearm?
I believe he kept his firearm like under lock and key in his in the compartment that it came with, the Glock case that Glocks come with.
Okay. Do you know where he physically kept it in the apartment?
To my memory, he kept it in his room next to his TV stand or on his TV stand.
Okay. It's a fairly small apartment, correct?
Correct.
Did Roger generally advertise that he had a firearm?
No, sir.
Would he, post online or anything about it or take pictures?
There may have been a post or two of him, with a picture having his pistol like tucked, concealed, but other than that, no regular advertising.
And obviously, you were not present and have no direct knowledge about what happened with the shooting with Roger.
Correct.
All right, thank you, sir. Those are my questions.
May it please the court, Your Honor?
Yes, Mr.
Good morning, Mr. Johnson.
Good morning.
I think the first time we met was this morning,
Yes, sir.
and just want to go over a couple things with you, kind of for the record in this case. You're currently wearing a T-shirt that says, and I think it says, if you could read it to me.
Accountability, not immunity. He was home. He posed no threat. He deserved to live.
And that's a T-shirt that you received and were wearing with his family in the courtroom this morning when you were sitting with him, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And who gave you that T-shirt?
Mika Fortson.
And is that Mr. Fortson's mother?
Yes, sir.
You knew the family even before this terrible incident occurred, correct?
Correct.
And you considered him your best friend like 100% of the time?
Yes.
And in fact, the reason you're wearing that T-shirt today and you're here today is because you believe that even though you didn't see anything happen in this case, you still believe that something must have been done wrong.
Your Honor, I would object. The reason he's here is because he received a subpoena.
I'll back up. You were subpoenaed in the case, correct?
Correct.
Okay, and you are here testifying today, but it's true that one of the reasons you're testifying today and for your testimony is because you believe, and the reason you're wearing that T-shirt is because you believe that something must have been done wrong by Deputy Duran.
Correct.
But you don't know anything that happened that day, do you?
No, sir.
You do know that Roger had a gun, correct?
Correct.
And he normally kept it in his bedroom, and I think the last time you saw the gun was the Wednesday before this event happened on a Friday. Do you recall that?
I do not.
Do you recall having previously told law enforcement that you think the last time you saw the gun it was in the bedroom and it was on Wednesday before the shooting on Friday?
Correct.
Okay. And you said he kept the gun under lock and key. Do you know what kind of gun it was?
I believe that it was a standard Glock 19.
That's a semi-automatic pistol, correct?
Correct.
And it's a Glock being one that's a fairly popular brand.
Correct.
It's one that you recognized at least.
Correct. I own one myself.
And you own one yourself. And so the last time you saw that gun, it was in the bedroom and under lock and key. Is that accurate?
The last time I saw the gun, yes.
And that was, the best of your recalling would be about 2 days before this event.
Correct.
And I just want to be clear, when you got to the scene that day, when you got there, you saw law enforcement everywhere, correct?
Correct.
Lots of response.
Correct.
You tried to get some information. Basically, you learned that your friend was at the hospital and you left and went to the hospital.
Correct.
And you remained there until he passed.
Correct.
And you don't know Deputy Duran?
Not personally, no.
You'd never met Deputy Duran, and as far as you know, you've never had any interaction with Deputy
As far as I know, no.
Just a few more things I'd like to cover with you. You were asked about that morning. This would be the morning of May 3rd, correct?
Correct.
Earlier in the day, I should say. That morning, do you know, I think Tatiana?
Yes, sir.
Did I pronounce that correctly?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Tatiana was his on-again, off-again girlfriend, correct?
Towards the end of his life, correct.
Well, I mean, you described that to the law enforcement that in recent weeks at least, it had been an on-again, off-again event, correct?
Which would have been towards the end of his life, correct.
Okay. And you know that, in fact, that morning, you had some conversations with him about Tatiana and his relationship.
That morning, correct.
And on that morning, he told you that, in fact, that he and Tatiana the relationship was not growing any closer, and it seemed to him that it was less close than it used to be.
Yeah, and I'll object to hearsay.
Is that what he told you?
Well,
Not exactly.
please hold on a second. Please approach.
I want to go back to that morning. That morning you had conversations with him, and among those conversations was about the relationship that he was having with his girlfriend Tatiana, correct?
Among those other conversations, yes, sir.
Certainly. And during that conversation, that wasn't the first time you've had conversations about the relationship, was it?
Correct.
In fact, he was somebody who shared with you his thoughts about the relationship from time to time pretty frequently.
Correct. Roger was very open with how he felt about his love life and things like that.
And he told you that he felt that day that their relationship was ending and it was going to be, he was going in another direction with his life.
Your Honor, objection to hearsay.
Sustained.
That morning, did you learn from him what he believed or what he felt about the relationship?
In that moment, yes.
And what did he tell you he felt about the relationship that morning?
Your Honor, objection to hearsay.
Sustained.
You observed the relationship yourself, did you not?
Correct.
Actually, though, they had been together for how long?
To my knowledge, at that point, 4 to 6 months,
And in that period of time, you had actually only seen them together one time?
one time in person, yes, sir.
Yeah. But you know they'd seen each other other times.
Correct, he spent a considerable amount of time with Tatiana, and I said that in my deposition.
And that morning, you know that he received a call from Tatiana.
No, incorrect.
Afternoon?
Afternoon,
Yeah. Later, when he was with you, as the day went on, you got the call. He got the call, and you knew the call was from Tatiana.
correct.
Actually, he then left when he had gotten the call, correct? And
Incorrect.
returned.
Oh, correct,
He had left his wallet.
correct,
So he got the call, went out, came back, and got the wallet and left again.
correct. He was not on the phone prior to him leaving the first time.
And how did you observe his mood before he got the call that morning?
Attentive.
Before he got the call?
Oh, before he got the call, ecstatic.
Ecstatic. Ecstatic meaning
Happy,
happy. And he told you the reasons he was happy.
correct.
And the reasons he was happy had to do with the relationship.
Your Honor, I'm going to object hearsay.
State of mind, Your Honor.
Say again?
I'm sorry, I didn't really go through it.
No, I didn't rule. You were
Oh, I just,
giving an
it goes
explanation.
directly to his state of mind. State of mind before he leaves the house.
The state of mind exception doesn't allow this witness to recite or parrot hearsay. Rephrase your question.
When he left that morning, had his mood changed from ecstatic?
No, sir.
He was still ecstatic when he left your house?
He was still in good spirits, yes, sir.
And he got the phone call?
Yes, sir.
And you don't know what they were talking about?
No, sir.
You have no idea what their conversation was?
No, sir.
Did you know them to have a history of arguing with one another? There were times that they would have arguments, correct?
Yes, sir.
You knew of that? He would discuss it with you?
Yes, sir.
You knew that repeatedly he had indicated to you that he had trouble with her because of
Your Honor, I'm objecting
Drama.
hearsay.
Overruled.
He repeatedly told you that one of his problems
Well,
was...
no, if you're asking the question, he repeatedly told, then the objection is sustained, but the way you phrased the question the first time is not.
Okay. Then I want to go get the better phrasing.
Yes, sir.
You knew them to have had arguments in the past,
Correct.
and you knew the reasons for those arguments included what?
Repeat the question, please.
For hearsay, this is based on what Roger is telling him. This is just a different way to phrase to get out hearsay.
Overruled.
Did he, what was it that you knew they had been arguing about?
Nothing out of the ordinary. Typical boyfriend, girlfriend, back and forths. I believe that they were long distance, so majority of their conflict just came from the fact that, like, oh, you can't come see me this weekend, or oh, things of that nature.
And on that morning, when he left, when he received the phone call, did he appear different once he got the call than he had before the call?
Could you repeat
Before
the
he
question?
got the call, you've described his being ecstatic, correct?
Correct.
After he got the phone call and he came back the wallet, you observed him, correct?
Correct.
And he wasn't ecstatic then, was he?
In that moment, while he was on the phone,
Yes.
not from what I could tell.
You could tell his mood had changed.
Yeah, he just became more attentive.
I want to digress just for a moment. You talked about the gun earlier, that the gun was usually under lock and key, and that the gun was usually in his bedroom, correct?
Correct.
Now, it's a small apartment, is it not?
Correct.
Would you say, if I said 15 to 20 feet from that bedroom door to the front door,
Sure.
reasonable?
Reasonable.
Okay. Closer than we are right now.
Correct.
Okay. Do you know if he kept the gun loaded or not?
I don't know.
You'd never observed that?
No, sir.
Do you know how many magazines he had with the gun?
Just the standard 2 that come with the gun.
So you knew the gun, at least the last time you saw it, was in the bedroom, it was under lock and key, and you don't know if the gun was loaded or not.
I have no idea.
And you don't know anything actually that happened that morning between Deputy Duran and Roger Fortson, do you?
No, sir.
Nothing further, Your Honor.
Redirect.
Just briefly, Mr. Johnson, you said when he came back to retrieve, or when Roger came back to retrieve his wallet, his mood had changed. Was he on the phone at that point?
Correct.
And he wasn't speaking to you, correct?
Correct.
So what was he paying attention to?
I believe he was just attentive to Tatiana and whatever they were talking about.
Okay, did you hear him yelling,
No, sir.
cursing,
No, sir.
screaming?
No, sir.
Thanks, sir.
Is the witness released?
Yes, Judge, from the state.
Can I ask one follow-up question?
Yes, sir, you may.
Just a real quick follow-up. It was about 30 minutes later, 30 to 35 minutes later when you received the call from his mother, correct?
Correct.
And so you don't know what they said to one another in that next 35 minutes after you last saw him?
Correct.
Nothing further.
Is the witness released?
Yes, from the state, Judge.
Yes, by the defense.
All right. Thank you very much, sir. You're released from your obligation this time.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Your next witness.
The state would call Callan Sims.
Who is it, Caitlin Sims?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Please be seated.
Thank you.
And direct your voice to the microphone you see there in front of you.
Yes, sir.
And speak clearly and distinctly. It's important we can all hear and understand you, okay?
Okay.
And there's a court reporter in the back of the courthouse taking this all down, so it's important they're able also to make a good record of what we say. If one of these lawyers objects, stop speaking immediately until I give you instruction on how to proceed. Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Mr. Alderman, you inquire.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ma'am, would you please state your name and spell your first name for the record?
Yes, Calvin Sims, first name Calan.
And how old are you, ma'am?
I'm 24 years old.
And without going into specifics, how are you presently employed?
In the Air Force,
Okay, and how long have you been in the Air Force?
3 years.
So you were in the Air Force back in May of 2024?
Correct.
And back at that time, May of 2024, where were you living?
I was living in Elon Apartments off of Reese Track Road,
Okay. And what apartment did you live in?
1301.
And in relation to your apartment, where would apartment 1401 have been?
It would be directly above it.
And did you know Mr. Roger Fortson?
I did not.
Do you know, obviously now you know that he lived above you, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Do you know if he lived there by himself?
I'm not sure.
I want to bring your attention to May 3rd of 2024. Were you at home that day?
Correct.
Okay. What was going on? Why were you at home?
I was at home because I was on like con leave. I had wisdom teeth removed that Wednesday.
And what did you hear? What did you hear that day?
I just heard loud conversation, screaming, things moving around that day
And where did you think that was coming from?
from the apartment above.
And how many voices did you hear?
Mainly one.
Was that a male voice?
Correct.
Okay. Well, you say mainly one. Did you hear a second voice?
After.
Oh, after the shooting?
Correct.
Okay. But prior to the shooting, you just heard the one voice?
Correct.
And when you heard these noises from above you, what did you do?
I consulted a little bit with myself, then I called the leasing agent.
Okay. At this time, I would move, I believe, through stipulation of the defense, State's Exhibit 94. I wanna say. State's Exhibit 93.
Without objection.
It's admitted.
You want to move to publish?
And what is this, Mr. Alden?
This is the phone call that Ms. Sims made to the front desk.
All right.
Without objection.
And are you in 1B there?
I'm sorry?
You in feed 1B?
I'm not sure. I'm displayed on the monitor. Yes.
There you go.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, good.
I do apologize. I don't know how loud this is going to be. We'll see.
We can adjust here as well.
Thank you for calling Law Emergence. This is Keely. How can I help you?
Hey, how are you? I'm living in 1301, and my neighbors upstairs are arguing. I thought you were getting a little handy.
You said 13, you're at 1301?
Yeah, the people above me, they were arguing for like 30 minutes.
Oh.
Yeah, they do that for a while, but it sounded like it's getting a little handy. I don't know what to do. I don't want to go up there and,
I don't think we can do anything, besides send them like a voice complaint, I don't know if you want to call the police.
I don't know.
If you feel comfortable calling the police.
Okay.
Because if not, I can ask my manager and see if I can call them, but I'm not sure if, I'm able to do that.
Right.
So the only thing I could probably do is just send a voice complaint, but if it's like a scenario like that, we wouldn't be able to go and knock on their door and see what's going on, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I do. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. And Ms. Sims, that was an accurate copy of the phone call that you made to the leasing office, is that correct?
Correct.
And so she gave the options of that she couldn't do anything, but you could report it yourself if you felt necessary.
Correct.
So what did you do at that point?
It seemed like the noise simmered down at that point, so I decided not to call at that time.
And when was the next time you heard something coming from upstairs?
About 10 minutes later,
And what did you hear at that point?
gunshots.
And prior to the gunshots, did you hear anything?
No,
Did you hear any yelling or anything like
No.
that? And so once you heard the gunshots, what did you do at that point?
I called the police after that.
And I believe that day you gave a written statement to the sheriff's office, is that correct?
Correct.
And you were also interviewed by the sheriff's office?
Correct, not on the same day.
Okay, but later on?
Correct.
And you were also interviewed by FDLE?
What is the FDLE stand for?
Sorry, the Florida Department of Law Enforcement?
Correct.
Okay. Do you know how many times you were interviewed in total about this case?
About 3 or 4 times in total.
Okay. All right, thank you, ma'am. Those are my questions.
Thank you.
Mr. Smith?
May it please, Court, Your Honor.
Yes, sir.
Ms. Sims, I want to go back over a few things. You had lived in that apartment for how long?
About 6 months at that point.
And before the day of May 3rd, you had actually had some noise issues above your apartment.
Correct, above and beside.
And one of the places in your apartment that frankly you could hear the best was in front of, underneath the vent, is that correct?
Correct.
Is that yes?
Correct.
And when you stood under the vent, you could actually hear pretty loudly what was going on above you.
Correct.
In the past, you had, when there'd been some noise, maybe you would use either a mop or a broom or something, maybe thump the ceiling just like, hey, it's getting a little too loud up there?
Correct.
Is that correct?
Correct.
But on this day, it was different, wasn't it?
Correct.
On this day, you heard language that bothered you and worried you.
Correct.
And when you say it was getting kind of handsy, what you meant was it sounded to you like that somebody might be using their hands up there rather than just arguing.
I wouldn't say that exactly, more so things moving around because I couldn't see anything.
Understand. But you were concerned about the language you were hearing.
Correct.
And what you were hearing was mostly a loud male voice.
Correct.
And do you recall what that loud male voice was saying that day?
Precisely bits and pieces, not every sentence.
You gave an official statement on the 3rd of May of 2024, really right after the incident, didn't you? A sworn statement to law enforcement?
Correct.
And that was back when everything was fresh on your mind.
Correct.
Do you recall you're saying that you heard certain language, and that language included the loud voice male saying, "You got me all effed up"?
Correct.
Do you recall that on that day you heard that the loud male voice saying, "I'm sick of you lying to my face"? Do you
Correct.
recall that? And you waited a little while, about 30 minutes before you made a complaint.
Correct.
But for about 30 minutes, it appeared to you that it was actually, might be even getting physical upstairs, and you later told the police you were worried about it getting physical, didn't you?
Correct.
You were worried that somebody might be in trouble.
Correct.
And that's why you called the manager.
Correct.
And one of the other reasons you called the manager is because in the past, you thought there had been some resource officers at the apartment complex, at Elan Apartments, correct?
Correct.
So you were hoping that maybe the resource officer could go take care of it.
Right.
But when you got a hold of the manager, we've heard the leasing agent, I should say, the leasing agent. When you got a hold of the leasing agent, that was the phone call you had, and they said, well, you could call the police.
Correct.
But it seemed like it might have been simmering down to you.
Correct.
And frankly, you weren't anxious to call the police if you could avoid it.
Correct.
They're your upstairs neighbors, correct?
Correct.
They're having what appeared to be a fight to you.
Correct.
And you wanted it to go away, and it sounded like it was declining, and you decided, I'm not going to call the police.
Correct.
And the next thing you heard after you made that decision not to call the police was you heard some gunshots.
Correct.
But again, you don't know, you didn't hear anything that happened between when you decided not to make the call and a few minutes later when you heard the shots.
Correct.
What you know is that one of the reasons you called is because you were actually getting a little bit scared. Do you remember telling the police and the agent that?
No.
Okay, were you getting a little scared about what was going on upstairs?
More concerned that something might have, I would say concerned, more scared.
And worried that somebody might be in trouble?
Correct.
And from the voice that you heard, and once again, this is just your recollection now, but going back, the voice you heard, did it appear to you that the male voice was loud, argumentative, and he appeared to be upset and taking it out on somebody?
I would agree with all but the last one. I would say more so frustration.
He sounded loud, argumentative, and frustrated.
Correct.
And you called because, have you ever called before on anybody?
No.
Called since on anybody?
No.
It was enough that day that you said, I'm going to call somebody about this rather than just let it go on.
Correct.
Because you were so concerned about what was going on upstairs.
Correct.
And if somebody might be getting hurt.
Correct.
Nothing further.
Redirect.
Ms. Sims, the statements that you just described to Mr. Smith, those specific statements, you did not communicate those to law enforcement until after the fact, correct?
Correct.
And prior to the shooting, you never communicated with law enforcement?
Correct.
So the only things you had conveyed is what we heard on that tape?
Correct.
Thank you, ma'am. Those are my questions.
Thank you.
All right, is the witness released?
Yes, from the state, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, we'll take a 10-minute comfort break at this time.
Yes, Your Honor.
10 minutes.
10 minutes.
All rise.
Madam Clerk, do you want Exhibit 93?
Yes.
And I apologize, I didn't say that earlier. Anytime we take a recess, we tender all the evidence that
Back Home Bakery Cafe is 2 blocks from the courthouse on Crestview's historic Main Street. We serve handmade pastries, espresso, and lunch items, and we're open Tuesday to Saturday from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m., serving lunch from 11 to 2. We hope to see you soon.
Hello, I am Bonnie from Body Be Healthy here in Crestview. We have been serving the area since 1999. We're an alternative health food store. If you're interested in bettering your health, we'd like to invite you to stop by. We're located in Court Plaza. Stop by and let us help you be healthy.
I'm Amanda Gaskin with Briar Patch Realty. Helping qualified heroes save money is my passion. When I help a hero buy or sell a home, they receive a check from Homes for Heroes. Check out amandasheroes.com for more information.
For more than 70 years, the sweet aroma of the Crestview Coney Islands burgers and hot dogs has permeated the downtown area. If you have not experienced the unique flavor of Crestview's Coney Islands burgers and hot dogs, then I encourage you to join us for lunch. Monday through Thursday from 10 a.m. till 3 p.m., Friday from 10 a.m. till 4 p.m., and Saturday from 10 a.m. till 2 p.m. We're located in historic downtown Crestview at 107 North Main Street. Call 850-683-1045.
Hey, I'm David at Family Vision of Crestview. We've been providing excellent optical service for Northwest Florida for over 34 years. Come in and let us take care of you.
Man, I got this. Let's roll.
Fight fire with fire, take 1.
Have you been injured in an accident and need righteous representation? Call us, because we fight fire. Damn thing ain't working. Whoa! Not cool, bro.
I'm Attorney Coy Browning. Personal injury is no joke. Just ask him.
Injured? Take a breath. Call Coy.
We're open Saturday 10 to 4, Sunday 10 to 3, and it's both our Crestview, Fort Walton Beach, and Eglin Air Force Base locations. So you have things to do, go and do it. Just know the UPS store is going to be here. Again, Sundays 10 until 3 p.m.
Good morning once again. And you've already received the oath, is that right?
Yes.
Okay. Direct your voice to the microphone you see there in front of you. Speak clearly and distinctly. It's important we can all hear and understand what you have to say. There's a court reporter in the back of the courthouse that's taking this all down, so it's important you're also able to make a good record of what's going on, okay?
Okay.
If one of these lawyers objects, stop speaking immediately until I give you instruction on how to proceed. Is that all right?
Okay.
Mr. Alderman, you may inquire.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ma'am, would you please state your name for the record?
Keely Rodriguez,
How old are you, ma'am?
23.
And back in May of 2024, where were you employed at that time?
Alon Apartments,
And what was your role at the Elan Apartments?
leasing consultant,
And how long had you worked there?
a
At that
little
time?
over a year.
And at the Elan Apartments there, does each building have a separate physical address?
Yes,
And did you know Mr. Roger Fortson?
not personally.
Okay. Did you know who he was?
Yes,
Okay. Had you had interaction with him prior to that day?
yes,
Anything that stuck out in your mind?
no,
On May 3rd of 2024, were you working on that day?
yes,
And did you receive any phone calls?
yes.
And where were you when you received the phone call?
I was at the leasing office.
And who was it that called you?
The resident in 1301.
Okay. Is that Ms. Sims?
Yes,
Did you know Ms. Sims?
not personally.
You knew who she was?
Yes,
And you said she resided in apartment 1301, correct?
yes.
After the phone call with Ms. Sims, did you contact your manager?
I was not able to. She had left early that day.
And so what did you do at that point?
I called the non-emergency line for the sheriff's office.
Did you know the non-emergency number?
Yes,
Okay, why did you know that number?
I was given it prior due to some trespassing issues that we had, and I was given it from one of the sheriffs that went to take care of a trespasser that we had.
So your understanding it was for sort of minor problems?
Yeah,
And I'm sorry, you said after hanging out with Ms. Sims, you called the non-emergency number, correct?
yes,
Now, at this point, through stipulation with defense, I believe, state would admit State's Exhibit 94, which is the phone call from Ms. Rodriguez to the non-emergency dispatch.
Without objection.
It's admitted.
And state would move to publish State's Exhibit 94.
Granted.
Sheriff's office, how can I help you? Hi, I was just wondering, I work here at a apartment complex on racetrack, and I just had a resident call us saying that her upstairs neighbor sounds like she's fighting with someone else, and she's saying that it sounds like it's getting a little bit out of control, but we can't go there to confront them, so I was wondering if you guys are gonna call us about it. It's going to be 319 Racetrack Road Northwest is the exact address of the building. And then the apartment number is going to be 1401.
And are you currently still fighting?
Yes, I literally just got off the phone with her. She said that it's been going on for like 15 to 20 minutes. And she said that she called, right when she called me, she said that she was calling me because it sounded like it was starting to get out of hand.
Okay,
It sounds like it's an she said that it sounded like it started getting physical. So I'm not really sure.
Okay. And what's your name?
My name is Keely, Keely, Rodriguez, Rodriguez.
Okay, and what's the phone number for you?
850-621-0035. I work here at the leasing office, so if the cops can't find it, I can take them to the apartment.
Okay, and you said you are front desk at the leasing department?
Yes, ma'am.
Stephen?
I can walk by there right now and see if I can hear them. She says that it happens often, but it's never gotten this out of hand as what she does. Let me know if someone wants to up. A few weeks ago, I was walking on the sidewalk, like, it was close to their apartment, and I was hearing, like, someone, like, a guy yelling at a girl saying, like, shut the fuck up, like, you stupid bitch, or something like that, but I couldn't tell where it was coming from. So, by what she's saying, that might have been them.
Okay.
So,
That's the male, Stephen.
what I heard, it was like 2 weeks ago, is what I heard, and I was walking by that apartment. But I stayed there for a minute because I was called police because of that. And it's like, after that, it just went,
Okay, so it does look like we do have a unit on screen. Are you seeing them?
it wasn't even like that, yeah, it wasn't like that. Right outside of the unit, but I can't hear them. They're on the fourth floor, so I can't hear anything from here out right now.
Our deputy is there.
Okay, let me see.
We have 2 deputies on scene.
Okay. I'll try to find you guys and I'll bring them over to the unit.
Alrighty, if you need anything else, give us a call back, okay?
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Anna. Ms. Rodriguez, at the time of that phone call, the only information you had was the phone call you had had with Ms. Sims, correct?
Yes,
Okay. And you listened to that, and that's about a minute long, is that correct?
yes.
And you believed it was more appropriate to call the non-emergency line, the 911?
That is correct.
And we could kind of hear it there, but where were you physically while you were on the phone?
I was at the office and then I walked out and I was walking towards that building and I was on the sidewalk directly outside of his window on the first floor.
And what was your goal in walking over to where his apartment was?
To see if I could hear anything.
And were you able to hear anything?
No.
And now, after you hung up that phone call, how long was it before you saw the first deputy?
Maybe like 10 seconds, if anything.
And where did you initially have contact with the first deputy?
In the parking lot.
Now, after that first deputy got in the elevator, what did you do?
I went and met up with the second deputy and kind of just directed him the same way.
Okay, where did you meet the second deputy?
In the parking lot as well.
And how much later did he arrive after the first deputy?
Maybe a minute or two, I'm not really sure.
Okay, was it fairly quick?
Yeah.
And did you speak with that second deputy also?
Yes.
Okay. And did you direct him as you had the first deputy?
Yes.
And did you hear anything after that?
No. Or the gunshots.
Okay. Where were you when you heard the gunshots?
I was walking back to the office.
The prior disturbance that you mentioned on that phone call that you believe may have come from that same area, you said that was about 2 weeks prior?
Yes.
And where were you when you heard that prior disturbance?
I was in the same spot I was whenever I was on the phone with the non-emergency line.
Okay. But you were on the ground floor, correct?
Yes.
And how many apartments in that building?
I don't know, maybe like 45, I'm not really sure.
Okay. Well, in the Rogers building, building 319?
Yeah, I'm not really 100% sure.
Okay. But a lot of apartments?
Yeah,
And you had said you did not contact anybody because you did not know where that came from, correct?
that's correct.
All right, thank you.
Please, Court. Good morning, Mr. Rodriguez. I'm Rod Smith. We've never met before, correct?
Correct.
I just want to go back over a few things that happened on that day, on May the 3rd. So on May the 3rd, you were the leasing agent. Normally, the person who would receive the calls would have been the office manager. Is that correct?
No, it's the leasing agents.
It would be the leasing agent. So that morning, you got the call.
Yes,
But the general manager, he or she was not there that day. Is that correct?
that's correct.
So you got the call, and you then decided that you would call the sheriff's office, and you had the number that you had from the other experiences you've told us about.
That's correct.
So you made the call, and you had the conversation you've had, and you added in that conversation the situation that had happened some weeks before, maybe a couple of weeks before that, that gave you some concern.
That's correct.
And the reason that happened, as I understand it, was that you got the complaint from Ms. Sims, correct?
Correct.
And you thought back about it, and that was in the general area where you had heard some information, the information you imparted to the police sheriff's department that morning, right?
Correct.
A couple of weeks ago, I heard something over in that same area. So now you were concerned that this might be the same kind of matter that you had heard of a couple of weeks before yourself.
Correct.
So you wanted to make sure that not only you passed on the concerns that the Ms. Sims had, but you're also passed on your concerns.
That's correct.
And what you were concerned about was that there might be some domestic violence going on up in that apartment.
That's correct.
And when the deputy arrived that morning, we talked about what you told the dispatch. But when the deputy arrived that morning, and we'll hear it later, you actually repeated that story about not only Ms. Sims' complaints, but also about what your experience had been to the deputy.
That's correct.
And the deputy then went upstairs, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
You directed him to 1401. Any question that was where Ms. Sims was calling about 1401? It was very clear?
Yes.
And that was the area where you had your own experience before about hearing something?
Around the same building, yes.
Okay. And so now you told the deputy again about not only what Ms. Sims complained of, but of your own recent experience. Correct? And the deputy went upstairs, and did the deputy ask you to do something?
He asked me to direct the second deputy to him.
He asked if you would wait until backup came and send them up.
Yes.
And you did that?
Yes.
But by the time, and before that, I want to back up. When you made the call, you actually went out to the first floor to see if you heard anything. You didn't hear anything from the first floor.
That's correct.
But this is only a couple of minutes after you received the call from Ms. Sims, correct?
Yes.
So you then, frankly, rather than go upstairs and get any closer to it, you waited for the deputy to arrive, and he was there within less than a minute.
That's correct.
And the backup deputy was a minute or so behind that, correct?
Correct.
You were interviewed directly after this regarding by law enforcement, weren't you, on or about May the 3rd?
Yes.
In fact, you've been interviewed a couple of times about this, correct, by law
Yes.
enforcement? And that's when you told them that you explained to the dispatch and you explained to the deputy that about 2 weeks ago you had heard a dispute in that same area, but you didn't feel like you could call then because you weren't sure it was from.
Correct.
But in your own mind, when you made the call and when you talked to the deputy, you connected those two things because you were concerned that they might be the same.
Correct. I correlated it to what I was getting told over the phone.
And what you were concerned about is that you had a complaint from somebody in 1301 as to what was going on in 1401 because she explained that she'd been hearing it for 15 to 20 or 30 minutes.
Correct.
I want to back up. You actually had an apartment in Elon at one point, correct?
Yes.
And you know the layout of the apartments there, correct?
Yes.
The layout of 1401 and the layout of 1301 are virtually identical.
Yes.
And you know from your own experience there that where you hear best, you can always hear what's going on upstairs if you're near the vent.
I'm not really sure about
Okay,
that.
let me try it differently. You know that it's not just this occasion, but on other occasions, people in the apartment below can, from some places, can hear what's going on above them.
At some point, yeah, at an extent.
And so when she made the call to you that she was hearing what was going up in 1401, it made sense to you because if it was a loud voice from your own experience, you know you can hear it from within those apartments.
I'm not sure.
Okay. Just a couple more things I want to go over with you. When you call law enforcement, did you want them to come out?
I called them.
And you called them because you wanted them to come out and send somebody.
Right.
You wanted them to send somebody because you wanted to make sure that there wasn't something going on in 1401 where somebody might be getting hurt.
Correct.
And they came out, and the deputy that came out talked to you, got the information to you, and immediately went to 1401 based on what you had told him and any other information that he may have received by way of dispatch, correct?
Correct.
He went straight up there based on the information that you had given and the information that you had gotten from Kaylin Sims.
Your Honor, object, asked and answered.
Sustained.
And you waited then for the backup to get there, and when backup got there, you just told them where to go, but the next thing you knew, you heard the shots.
Correct.
You don't know anything that happened at the apartment or at the confrontation at the apartment. What you know is only the information you had been given, which you had transmitted to dispatch and the deputy, right?
Correct.
Nothing further, Your Honor.
Ms. Rodriguez, just briefly, Mrs. Smith mentioned domestic violence. You never reported this as domestic violence, did you?
I don't recall.
On the phone call we just listened to, you did not mention domestic violence, did you?
No, I just said what I was told and what I had heard 2 weeks prior.
Okay. All right, thank you, ma'am.
Is the witness released?
One follow-up, Judge, please.
Yes, sir.
You were asked about, you do remember answering that you were asked if it was a male and a female, and you were talking about a disturbance, correct?
From the 2 weeks prior, yes.
Nothing further.
Is the witness released?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, thank you very much.
Can I get the state's exhibit?
Yes.
Next witness.
State calls Tatiana Hendricks.
Once again, if you'll snuggle up to that microphone and direct your voice to that microphone, speak clearly and distinctly so we can all hear and understand what you have to say, okay?
Okay.
And there's a court reporter in the back of the courthouse taking this all down, so it's important they're able to make a good record, okay?
Okay.
If one of these lawyers objects, stop speaking immediately until I give you instruction on how to proceed. Is that all right?
Yes.
Mr. Alderman, you may inquire.
Thank you, Your Honor. Good morning, ma'am. Would you please state your name and spell your first name for the record?
Yes, Tatiana Hendricks. First name is Tytiana.
And how old are you, ma'am?
I'm 25.
Are you currently in school?
Yes,
What are you in school for?
nursing.
And how long have you been in nursing school?
I started this last year, August of last year.
Did you know a young man named Roger Fortson?
Yes,
When did you initially meet Roger?
October of 2023.
And how did you come to meet Roger?
I met him out at a celebration party.
And did you have any mutual friends in common?
Yes, I was really close with his brother.
And where did you meet Roger?
I met him at the club that night at the birthday celebration
And where was that?
in Atlanta, Georgia.
Is that where you were living at that time?
Yes.
And from there, after meeting Roger, what was your relationship with him?
We were together. We started officially dating February, but we were long distance dating from October up until May.
During this time frame, after you met Roger, when you're dating Roger, where was he living?
Florida, Okaloosa County.
And was he living in the apartment that he was living when he was killed?
Yes, he was.
Okay. And with this entire time, were you living in Atlanta, Georgia?
Yes.
And that apartment that Roger lived in, did you ever visit him there?
Yes.
How many times did you visit Roger?
I'll say an estimate of 3.
3. When was the last time that you had visited Roger?
It was late February.
Did Roger ever come to visit you?
Yes.
Yeah, but how many times did Roger come to visit you?
Starting off, it was like once a month, and then like after February, he would come more because of like family events. So I would say April was when he came more.
You said April was the last time he came?
Mm-hmm.
Is that yes?
Yes.
Okay. And he had family up there in Atlanta, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Now, because of the long distance, or did you regularly communicate with Roger?
Yes.
How would you typically communicate with him?
FaceTime.
And about how often would you do that?
Like every day.
Every day?
Every day.
Okay. And did you speak to him the day he was killed on May 3rd, 2024?
Yes.
When did you first speak to Roger that day?
After work at like 7 a.m., which would be 6 a.m. this time.
Okay. And about how long did you speak with Roger that morning?
That morning, usually when I get off work, we just stay on the phone till I get home, which my commute is about 10 minutes. And then once I get home, I just stay on the phone until I fall asleep and he gets up for work and gets off the phone. So okay. I don't know when he hung up.
Okay. But you guys had very different schedules at that time?
Yes, very different. Okay. Yes.
Did you speak with Roger again that day?
I did.
When did you next speak to Roger?
Atlanta time would be like 3-ish. Okay. Yes.
And do you know where he was when you were speaking to him?
Yes, he was at a friend's house, CJ.
CJ. Is that Charles?
Yes.
Okay. You knew him as CJ, though?
Yes, I knew him as CJ.
And do you know what Roger was doing over there at CJ's?
Playing video games with each other.
Okay. Was that pretty common? Mm-hmm. Is that yes?
Yes, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Yes.
We have a court reporter.
Yeah.
So if you give me a shrug of the, a nod or something like that, I'll ask you if it's a yes, no.
Okay.
So, and that phone call when he's at CJ's, how long were you on the phone with him at that point?
I don't really recall the estimate time. It was a quick call. The first time was a quick call because he was just like, "Hi, I'm at CJ's house," and I was like, "Okay, tell everyone I said hey," and he said, "I'm gonna call you later," and I said, "Okay, I'll be at work later." But then he called me sooner than that. So I would say about maybe 10 minutes after that, he probably called me.
Okay, so he called you back again?
Yeah, he did. He ended up leaving CJ's house at that point and was headed home and called me.
Okay, so he's calling you as he's leaving CJ's?
Yes.
Okay. And is this another FaceTime call?
No, this was a phone call.
And did Roger end up back at his apartment at some point?
Yes.
Okay. And were you on the phone with him when he got back to his apartment?
Yes.
And when he's at his apartment, do you know what he was doing?
Playing video games.
Do you know what he was playing specifically?
Madden. Football.
Was that one of his favorites?
Yes, it was. That and 2K.
Okay. And how would he listen to, or what would he do while he was playing the game?
He would have his headset on. He would have one on and then one kind of to the side so he can hear me. He would have his phone propped up so I can see him, and he would usually have his mic on. And when he played video games, he was usually joking and laughing. He was never really serious about gaming.
Okay. And for those that aren't gamers, a headset, you're talking about a device that covers both ears, correct?
Yes, it is.
And then there's usually a microphone?
Yes, there is.
And you can communicate with people online?
Yes.
Okay. And I apologize, I think you said he had one...
one on, one to the side a little bit,
Okay.
one off.
And so he's talking to you and playing the game?
Yes.
Okay. Now, at some point, was there a knock at the door?
Yes.
What was he doing when you heard the initial knock at the door?
The first time he heard the knock, he was playing the game, of course, and he was just about to get off, and we were just having conversation. We were just talking about his plans for the weekend, because it was the weekend of Cinco de Mayo. And so when we first heard the knocks, he then asked who it was, and we were both trying to figure out if it was a knock, because it was a pretty light knock. So we were like, someone is knocking at the door, and then he asked, who is it?
Had you heard the knock on the door yourself?
I can't remember, I'm sorry.
Okay.
That was 2 years ago, I can't remember.
I understand. And at this point, where is Roger physically located in his apartment?
He's in the living room, so when you first come in, it's that first room, the living room.
And is that where his television and gaming
Yes.
center was set up?
Yes.
So when you said Roger said, who is it?
Yes.
Did you hear any response?
No,
Do you know if Roger heard a response?
he did not.
And what happened at that point?
At that point, we just got back to the conversation we were having, and he didn't worry about it, and then the second knocks happened.
Did you hear the second knock?
Yes, I did hear that one at that time.
Did you hear anything else besides the knock?
No.
What did Roger do when you heard the second knock?
That's when he asked who was it, and then he got up to look at the peephole, and he didn't see anyone, so he came back to sit down, and then after that, he goes, I don't know who it could be, and he tells me that he's not going to get up to open the door.
Now, so when he gets up, what does he do with the phone?
He sets it down. He doesn't set it down the second time, that's the third time the knocks happen.
Okay, so the second time, is the phone still?
Yeah, the phone's still up because he comes back to sit down and he tells me, I'm not answering that.
But when he said about going to the peephole, you could not see that, correct?
Correct.
Okay,
He did not see anyone.
You're still looking into the living room?
Yeah, and I can't see. Yeah, I can't see the peephole, the door.
Okay. And so after that, what was the next thing that happened?
Then the knocks got louder. They were more aggressive knocks, and that's when he gets up and he's like, who is it? But he definitely says, who the fuck is it? And that's me, what they heard. Anyways, he says that, and he goes to his room to retrieve his gun, because he doesn't know who it is at this point. He's more concerned. It's not really aggressive. It's more like a concern asking, who the fuck is it, at my door? And he goes to the door at that point.
Now, is your vantage point, are you still looking into the living room?
No, at that point, he sets down the phone to look up at the ceiling.
Okay. So when he retrieves the gun, could you see him do that?
No.
Okay, but he told you he was doing that?
Yes.
And going back to the third knock, had you heard anything, had you heard any voice or anybody say anything at that point?
No.
Okay. And so when Roger retrieves his firearm, do you know where he went from there?
To retrieve it, he went to his room to retrieve it, and he went to the door.
Then he went to the door?
Yes.
What did you hear after that?
Gunshot. Well, no, I did not hear gunshots. I'm sorry. I heard commotion. I did not know what it was. I thought Roger was getting restrained or something, so that's when I started recording because I speculated that he was getting restrained, and that's when I heard, give me a second. That's when I heard the deputy tell him to drop the gun. The gun was already down, and Roger goes, "I don't have it anymore." And, sorry, one second. Hold on. And, that's when I heard Roger say he couldn't breathe. And then I hear the deputy then say, he called out how many times he shot him. And it was one in the forearm, and then 6 shots were shot at that time. And he then calls for EMS to come out. But at that time, Roger was already gone. And yeah, that's what I remember so from that point of time.
And ma'am, during this time frame, what are you looking at on your phone?
I'm just looking at the ceiling.
And so you're hearing all of this, correct?
Yes, I'm hearing everything.
And so what you heard, did you come to believe that Roger had been shot?
Yes, I verified he's been shot when the deputy called it out.
And once you heard that over the phone and realized that Roger had been shot, what did you do?
I already recorded at that point of time once I heard the commotion, and I called his mom from my telephone to tell her that her son has been shot.
You told her what you heard over the phone?
Yes, I did.
And his mother at that time was not in this area, correct?
She was in Atlanta.
And so were you, correct?
Yes.
The point that you started recording, that was after Roger answered the door, is that right?
Yes.
Was there anything before Roger answered the door that concerned you to the point that you would need to start recording before he went to the door?
No, it was immediately when I heard commotion, that's when I started recording. It was 2 minutes after he opened the door.
And you wouldn't, I think you had said you did not realize initially that it was gunshots until you heard the voices, correct?
Yes, correct.
Okay. At any point during this time frame, did you ever hear anybody announce as police or sheriff's office?
After all of the commotion.
What about before Roger went to the door?
No, we didn't hear anything. No.
And did Roger ever indicate that he had heard anything like that?
No, yeah, he never said he heard anyone. We didn't hear a voice stating anything.
Did you knew that Roger had a firearm, correct?
Yes.
Did you know where he kept it?
He kept it in his room.
And about how far from that is where his gaming system was set up there in the living room?
Just a couple feet, like not far at all.
And you learned later that evening that Roger had passed away, is that right?
Yes.
Okay. And you were still in Atlanta?
Yes.
Have you been interviewed several times in reference to this case?
Yes.
Okay. About how many times do you think you've been interviewed?
Twice.
Is that by both the the Okaloosa County Sheriff's Office and the Florida Department of Law Enforcement?
It was once by the Okaloosa department. They came to Atlanta, I believe, and that's when I interviewed with them. And then once with the news.
Okay.
So that's-
And to this day, as you sit here, trying to recall what you saw and what you heard, have you viewed the body cam?
No.
What happened that day?
No, I haven't.
And is that intentional? You did not want to see that body cam?
Yes.
Okay. All right, thank you, ma'am.
Please swear, Your Honor.
Yes.
Ms. Hendricks, I'm Rod Smith. We've not met before, have we?
No.
I just want to go over a few things with you from, about this case. First of all, this has been about 2 years now, correct?
Correct. Yes.
A little over that, actually.
Yes.
And your memory is clear, you think?
For the most part, yes.
Do you believe that your memory's ever been wiped clean by PTSD?
Not clean, but for the most part, some things are.
Do you remember saying that your memory, even a year ago, under oath, that your memory had been wiped clean because of PTSD?
Your Honor, I would object for improper impeachment.
Please approach. Overruled.
Because I want to make sure that we got the answer out. Do you recall having made the statement that over a year ago, that your memory had been wiped clean because of PTSD?
Not wiped clean. I will not say wiped clean.
Okay. Just, it wiped your memory?
No, my memory is okay.
Did
I
you
just
make
have
the
to do-
statement that it wiped your memory?
No, I don't recall making that statement.
Yes.
Where's her? There goes her. You recall having your deposition taken in this case?
Yes.
And you were actually represented by a lawyer at that time, were you not?
Yes.
And you were asked questions that day under oath, correct?
Yes.
And you knew that was the same or similar to the oath that you've taken here today?
Yes.
I approach the witness, Your Honor.
Granted.
I'll show you the deposition.
Okay. Okay.
Take page 41, beginning with line 3, or line 5.
Yes. I see, I do, okay.
Do you recall making the following statement?
Yes, I do.
Question, let me show it to you and see. I don't know if any of this will help refresh your memory. Answer, thank you. It's been so long, I forget. Question, yeah, that's okay. I'm just trying to, I can't imagine the stress that you were under at the time. Answer, a lot of PTSD wiped my memory.
Okay.
Did I read that correctly?
You did.
And is that the testimony you gave over a year ago?
Yes.
I want to go over a little bit about the relationship, just very briefly. You and Roger had been seeing each other from February forward on a fairly regular basis, realizing there was time and distance involved.
It was since October.
October to February, you saw each other less frequently.
Yes.
And then at February, I think things heated up, for lack of a better word. You saw
Yes.
each other more. Is that accurate?
Yes.
And during that period of time, however, all total, you came to Okaloosa County to visit him from October through the day of his death. You had been here twice or three times?
Three.
Three. And then the most recent time, I think, had been in April. Is that
Yes.
correct? A few weeks before this.
Yes.
A couple of weeks before this, at least. Correct?
Yes.
And during your relationship, you exchanged a lot of messages to one another.
Yes.
And there were times when you would say that they measured a lot of affection between the two of you.
Yes.
And there were times when there were disputes between the two of you, and you said things that were unkind about one another.
Right. Yes.
And then sometimes you would even talk about breaking up.
Yes.
And in fact, on the previous Tuesday, you had indicated that you didn't want to see him anymore, because you guys had a fight about his failure to communicate with you. Do you recall that?
I do recall.
You do?
Yes. I recall saying that, yes.
So on Tuesday, you said you didn't want to see him anymore, and on Friday, you have this conversation with him because you guys go back and forth, kind of on again, off again, correct?
Yes.
And you guys would have exchange, at least in your messages, you would exchange, sometimes you even use some language that I won't publish to the court towards one another, including the F word and things like that when you were mad, correct?
Yes, when I was mad.
When you were mad. Now, that day, when you talked to him on the phone, he was at his apartment, correct?
Yes.
And from his apartment, you guys were having an argument, weren't you?
No.
Okay. You're saying, under oath, you're saying that you didn't have any argument or any loud words at all that day.
Under oath, I did not have any arguments or
And
loud
he did
words.
not say anything to you that you considered to be argumentative.
Not at all.
None of that happened.
No.
It was just a normal day and somebody just showed up out of nowhere.
Your Honor, I'm
Yep.
to object for asked and answered.
I'll give him a little more room in his cross-examination, but you're reaching the end.
Now, I want to go over what happened. You're on the FaceTime, correct?
Yes.
And on FaceTime, you hear what you're not at the apartment, of course. You're in
Correct.
Atlanta. But you can hear things that are going on and see some of what's going on, correct?
Yes.
You see some of what's going on, but I think it's on the second or third knock you actually put it down. He actually puts down the FaceTime such that what you're seeing is the fan in the
Yes.
overhead. That's all you're actually seeing is a fan in the overhead of the apartment.
Yes.
Okay. I want to go back now. You remember hearing a knock,
Yes.
a first knock which was not a loud knock.
Not a loud knock. No.
And, but you heard that knock.
Yes.
Then some time passes and you hear a second knock, correct?
Correct.
And you know the apartment that Roger lives in, correct?
Yes.
You had been there.
Yes.
And I think you had estimated that where he was in relation to the front door was about 15 to 20 feet.
Yes.
Just to give the court some perspective, about as far as we are apart.
Yes.
And what you say is that he said, he meaning Roger, said, who's at the door?
Yes. The third knock.
On
Yes.
the third knock. That's what he said. Who the fuck's at the door, correct?
Yes, that's the
All
third
right.
knock. Yes.
You don't hear him say anything after the first knock. You don't hear anything after the first knock, right?
I don't hear anybody saying anything when they knock. No.
There's a second knock. You hear that?
Yes.
It's a louder knock, isn't it?
Yes.
It's louder, and you hear that knock yourself.
Yes.
But you don't hear anything being announced by whoever's making the knock, correct?
No.
And you're saying that Roger then went to the peephole, and he went to the peephole and looked out and he didn't see anybody.
Correct, yes.
But when he came back, he actually said that might be an ex-girlfriend at the door.
Right.
He was concerned about an ex-girlfriend, so he decided he would get his gun?
No.
Okay, what was his concern about an ex-girlfriend?
The concern wasn't about an ex-girlfriend. The second knock when he goes, it may be ex-girlfriend, I don't know, I'm not going to answer the door.
He said he wasn't going to answer the door.
Yes.
There's a third knock, and it's a much louder knock, isn't it?
It's more aggressive.
More
yes.
aggressive. By that I mean...
Yes,
Right.
very aggressive.
Could hear it easily.
Yes.
Even you could hear it in Atlanta, on that?
Yes,
Say
I could hear that one, yes.
Okay. But you didn't hear anybody say anything until you say that Roger, after the third time, goes over and says, who the fuck is it?
Correct, yes.
Okay. He seemed frustrated at that point?
Not frustrated, more concerned.
He said it loudly.
He did say it loudly.
He said it loud enough that you say it was made to be heard.
Yes, I heard that, yes.
Was it as loud as the knocks that you had heard?
I suppose, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. But you say there was never any argument going on that day, that's all that happened?
That's all that
Your Honor,
happened.
would object, asked and answered.
Sustained at this point.
It is your testimony that he never said to you that he was tired of you lying to his face or to his back?
He never said that,
It's your testimony that he never made any statements like that at all?
ever.
Now, you don't see him go get the gun,
No,
and you don't know what he heard.
correct.
You only know what you heard, correct?
Yes,
So when you said in answer to the state's questions that he never heard anything, you're assuming something that you didn't hear it, but you don't know if he heard it or not.
I do know that he didn't hear it because the first time he goes, I don't know if that was a knock. We both are, we're both confused whether or not there was a knock. So we're like, we think someone is knocking at the door. So we both vocalized that we're not sure. We're not sure if that was a knock until the second knock when we clearly heard it.
Because that second knock was something you couldn't miss.
Yes, exactly.
And that third knock was even louder.
Exactly, yeah.
But you never heard any announcement at all.
No announcement whatsoever.
Did you see him go get the gun?
No, not physically, not actually see him.
So what you know is that there was a gun there.
Yes,
Did he tell you he got his gun?
yes,
Did he tell you why he got his gun?
no.
Do you know if the gun was loaded or not before he got it, or that he took time to load the gun?
He doesn't keep it loaded.
He doesn't keep it loaded.
No,
So, based on what you knew about it, he would have had to load the gun before he went to the door,
correct.
if the gun was loaded.
Correct.
And then, you don't know, you have no idea what happened at the front door.
Correct.
You didn't see it,
Nope.
and you say you didn't hear any statements except you said, I think you said stand back or step back. Did you
Yes.
hear that?
No, I heard, hold on. I heard him at that point put the gun down, but he was already on the ground. He had already been shot. I do remember that.
You heard somebody say, put the gun down, or something like that.
Yes, I heard the deputy say, put the gun down, and he had already been shot at that point.
Did you hear any statement before that?
No, I didn't hear step
So
back.
you have no idea what happened at the front door?
Nope, it sound,
You
no,
have no idea if he had the gun, or where he had the gun, or what he was doing with the gun?
nope. Yep.
When you said, who the fuck is it, is what you recall being the last statement you heard him say, correct?
Yeah.
The last thing you hear Roger say, according to you, is, who the fuck is it?
Yes,
When he said that, and you say he said it really loud,
yes, he did.
was that a voice that you knew to be Roger at his anger?
I never seen him angry.
Never saw him angry.
Like, actually mad at someone? Not towards me, at least, no. Like,
You're saying that he said, "Who the fuck is it?" really loud, and it didn't sound angry to you?
he was concerned, as if someone was to knock on your door and you're like, who the fuck is it? Like, concerned, not ready to engage and harm someone, no.
And he went to the door, and you don't know what happened there, do you?
All I hear is smuggling, and then that's when I hear the deputy call out how many times he had shot him.
And you remember all of that well today?
I do, yes.
Even though your PTSD wiped your memory?
It comes back, yes.
Just a second. I just want to clear, you made a statement that he was already down.
Yes,
He was already down. How do you know that?
because I heard the deputy call out how many times he had shot him, and Roger says, I don't have the gun. Like, he doesn't have it. He's, at that point, he's already down.
I asked a poor question. Do you know Roger's on the ground at that point?
Yes, he's
How do you
been,
know that?
because the deputy called out how many times he had shot him. You don't stand up shooting. You don't, when you shot, you don't stand.
You didn't see it. What you're saying is,
I heard it. I heard him call out how many times he shot him. He was literally saying that he had been shot and he's calling EMS. What do you think happens when someone is shot at that point?
my question is, you assume that because of your knowledge of what somebody would be
Yes,
shot.
I work in the ER. I know what happens when someone gets shot.
I just want to be clear. You didn't see him then?
No,
Okay.
no.
That's all I wanted to know. Thank you.
Procedure Act. Oh, Mr. Smith, get your deposition back before we lose track of that, okay? Mr. Alden.
Just briefly, Your Honor. Ms. Hendricks, although you could not see at the front door, believing that Roger had been shot 5 times and said he couldn't breathe, did you assume he was on the ground?
Yes, he literally said, I cannot breathe.
Did that seem like a logical conclusion?
Absolutely.
Objection.
Sustained.
And Mr. Smith talked about some of the on and off again relationship and some of the text messages you sent.
Yes.
When you would argue with Roger, how would those discussions go?
I was more emotional. I will say that. If anything, I would be the one who was more emotional, and Roger was more patient with me. So if I was to get upset, he'll always tell me, I'll give you a moment to cool down, or he'll reassure me that I'm not a problem, he loves me, it's going to work out. So whenever he had asked me whether or not that last Tuesday, when we had the conversation about whether or not we wanted to be together, if my phone was subpoenaed, in that message, I clearly go, is this relationship what you want? He goes, yes. And we immediately call each other and we discuss it. And from then, we were officially still together.
And when you would get heated, did Roger ever yell at you?
No, he did not yell at me.
Did you yell at him sometimes?
Yes, I did. Yes, if anything, I was the yeller.
Was he fairly calm?
Yes, very calm.
And there, during this time frame when you're hearing these knocks and what's being said,
Yeah.
right, you know what you heard, correct?
Yes,
And you can't read Roger's mind, but he's relaying to you what he's hearing, correct?
yes,
Okay, so you understand what he's hearing because he's relaying it to you,
yes,
okay? And he never, according to what he was saying to you, he never heard anything in regard to police or sheriff's office.
Your Honor, he's leading.
yes.
Leading
Sustained.
objection.
Did he ever hear anything about the sheriff's office?
No. Like, at the door? No.
Okay, thank you.
Was the witness released?
Yes, Your Honor, from the state.
Defense?
Released.
All right, thank you very much, Ms. Hendricks, you're released. The next witness, please.
State would call Alexis Barrett.
Alexis Barrett, please. All right, you've already been sworn, is that right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, please be seated. And direct your voice to the microphone you see there in front of you.
Yes, sir.
And you can adjust it if it is more comfortable for you. Speak clearly and distinctly so we can all hear and understand you. Also, there's a court reporter in the back of the courthouse taking us all down, so it's important they're able to make a good record. Is that okay?
Yes.
And if any one of these lawyers objects, stop speaking immediately until you get an instruction on how to proceed. Is that okay?
Yes.
Mr. Alderman, you may inquire.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ma'am, would you please state your name for the record?
Alexis Barrett,
And where are you employed, ma'am?
the Okaloosa County Sheriff's Office.
And what do you do for the Sheriff's Office?
I'm a crime scene technician,
And how long have you been with the Sheriff's Office?
approximately 6 years.
Now, were you involved into the, in the investigation into the death of Mr. Roger Fortson?
Yes, sir.
And how did you initially become involved in that investigation?
I was not primary on the case. I was, due to it being a high-value case, all crime scene techs that are available, we respond. So I was requested by crime scene technician Miss Lisa Huey.
Okay, and where did you initially respond to?
I initially responded to the apartments.
And once you arrived there on the scene, can you just briefly, for the record, describe the process for crime scene once you arrive at the scene?
Yes, sir. And generally, when a crime scene tech usually arrives on scene, we meet with the lead investigator on scene. We get information about the scene, possible witness statements, so we know what we're going in looking for or what we're not looking for.
And I'm sorry, I was going to interrupt you. And on this occasion, had you viewed or had access to the body cam of what had happened?
Yes, sir. I was shown the footage.
Okay. So you were aware in general of what had happened?
Yes, sir.
Now, in terms of documenting the scene, again, can you just briefly describe for the record how crime scene documents the scene?
Yes, sir. So as far as documentation, first we would go in and we do a walkthrough and take notes. After that, we take photographs, which we call overall photographs of the entire scene. And then we go back and we'll mark important items of evidence with photo markers, which could be numbers or letters. And then we go back and take those same photographs again.
Okay. And did you and, excuse me, did you and Miss, sorry. Sorry, frog in my throat. Did you and Miss Huey follow that process in this case?
Miss Huey did, yes, sir.
Okay.
Without objection.
Ms. Barrett, you previously looked through State's Exhibits 1 through 53, the crime scene photos, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You know, at this time I would move into evidence State's Exhibits 1 through 53.
And I still don't object.
All right, they're admitted.
You know, at this time I would move to publish.
Granted.
Ms. Barrett, State's Exhibit 1, what are we looking at here in State's Exhibit 1?
This is the overall picture of the outside of the apartment building.
And is this building 319, where the Roger lived?
From this particular photo, I cannot tell.
Okay. And State's Exhibit 3, what are we looking at in the distance there?
This is an overall picture of a fired cartridge casing marked with Business card?
Okay. Is that little white speck in sort of the middle of the screen there?
Yes, sir. It shows approximately where near that building we spotted it.
And is that what we're looking at, State's Exhibit 4?
Yes, sir. This is a mid-range photograph of that.
And sometimes deputies, if they observe something, will mark it with a, you said a business card, correct?
Yes, sir. They mark it with a business card so that way it doesn't get kicked or lost.
And what is the vantage point here in State's Exhibit 5?
That is that same cartridge casing marked with photo marker number 1.
Okay. And this is on the ground floor, correct?
Yes, sir.
And just for the record, State's Exhibit 7, what is that?
It's the same cartridge casing. It's just a closer up photograph of how it was found.
And in State's Exhibits 8, 9, and 10, was that item collected by the Sheriff's Office?
Yes, sir.
And State's Exhibit 11, is this that same area?
Yes, sir. There was an additional fired cartridge casing found in that area after additional searching.
And State's Exhibit 12, is that what we're looking at with photo marker 13 there?
Yes, sir.
And State's Exhibit 14, 15, and 16, was that item also collected by the Sheriff's Office?
Yes, sir.
State's Exhibit 17, where are you standing and what is your vantage point in this photograph?
This is the hallway of the apartment where the incident took place.
And the door to Roger's apartment, is that down there on the right end?
Yes, sir.
And State's Exhibit 18, we see photo markers 2, 3, and 5, is that right?
Yes, sir.
State's Exhibit 19, what did photo marker 3, what was that marking?
Items of suspected blood spatter.
And State's Exhibit 20, what was photo marker 2 identifying?
A fired cartridge casing.
And 21, 22, and 23, was that cartridge case also collected by the Sheriff's Office?
Yes, sir.
State's Exhibit 24, over to the left there was a small white object. What are we looking at?
It's a business card marking a fired cartridge casing.
And in this vantage point, where is the door to Roger's apartment?
To the right.
And State's Exhibit 25, is that same cartridge case for plated photo marker number 5?
Yes, sir.
And 26, 27, 28, was that item also collected by the Sheriff's Office?
Yes, sir.
State's Exhibit 29, we see a photo marker number 4. What is photo marker number 4 identifying?
Can you zoom in, please?
Sure. It's a
fired cartridge casing.
Okay. And where is, in this vantage point, where is the door to Roger's apartment?
Approximately right across from photo marker 3. It's right in front of it, in that opening.
So would it be behind us in this photograph?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And is that the stairwell we're looking at there?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And was that item also collected by the Sheriff's Office?
Yes, sir.
State's Exhibit 35, where are you standing and photographing in State's Exhibit 35?
In front of the doorway of the apartment where the incident took place.
Okay. And there are 2 photo markers, State's Exhibit, or not State's Exhibit, but photo marker number 6 and number 8. What is photo marker number 6 locating or identifying?
Number 6 is an area of blood spatter, suspected blood spatter.
And was there an item that was collected, looking at State's Exhibit 37?
It's closely marking a projectile, actually.
And was that item also collected by the Sheriff's Office?
Yes.
And is that what we're looking at in 38 and 39?
Yes, sir.
State's Exhibit 40, where are you looking at State's Exhibit 40?
This is the kitchen inside the apartment.
Okay, and the front door would be to our left, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And state's exhibit, photo marker number 7, what is that identifying?
It's marking a firearm.
And is that appears to be a window on the wall above it, is that right?
Say that one more time.
There is a window above where that firearm is located, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And was that item also collected by the firearm, was that collected by the sheriff's office?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And is that the magazine that was also collected from that firearm?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And that was a Glock, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
State's Exhibit 46, we've got photo marker number 8. What is photo marker number 8 identifying?
It appears to be a piece of tissue with some suspected blood on it.
And is there appear to be
No, I'm sorry, that's not a piece of tissue. That's actually a marking in the floor.
Does that look like an impact or a hole?
Yes, sir.
Okay. State's Exhibit 48, what are we looking at in State's Exhibit? Which room are we looking into in State's Exhibit 48?
This would be the living room.
Okay. And the kitchen and front door, well, the kitchen is to our left, front door directly behind us, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And State's Exhibit 49, there is a photo marker number 10. What is photo marker number 10 identifying?
Number 10 is a projectile in the wall.
And 52 and 53, was that item also collected by the sheriff's office?
Yes, sir.
If you could blank the screen.
Please approach.
Hi, I'm Wanda Roberts. For the last 20 years, I've been helping the residents of Northwest Florida buy and sell their properties. My office is just 1 block south of the courthouse in historic downtown Crestview.
Ms. Barrett, in addition to the apartments, where else did you go?
I responded to the hospital in Fort Walton Beach.
And did you observe Mr. Roger Fortson there?
Yes, sir.
Okay, did you take any pictures of Mr. Roger Fortson?
Yes, sir.
And do you know what his condition was at that time?
When I arrived, deceased.
He was deceased by the time you
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do you know if crime scene also took photographs of Eddie Duran?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Without objection, Your Honor.
And Ms. Barrett, you've previously looked at State's Exhibit 54 through 63, the photographs of Eddie Duran?
Yes, sir.
At this time, I would move to admit State's Exhibit 54 through 63.
They're admitted without objection.
And Ms. Barrett, those photos documented how Eddie Duran appeared after the incident, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. At this point, I would move to publish. Ms. Barrett, State's Exhibit 55, is that the, on his right hip, is that the holster and firearm that Eddie Duran was carrying that day?
Yes, sir.
In State's Exhibit 56, that's the backside of the gun that Eddie Duran was carrying?
Yes, sir.
And State's Exhibit 57, showing his left hip, what is that?
A taser.
And then that is the backside of Eddie Duran's left hip, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
The firearm that we just saw in those photographs that Eddie Duran was carrying, was that collected?
Yes, sir.
Okay, is that what we're looking at, State's Exhibit 59
Yes, sir.
and 60?
Yes, sir.
And was there any ammunition, or a magazine was collected also, correct?
Yes, sir.
And the rounds of ammunition were also collected from that firearm?
Yes, sir.
Okay, it appears there were 11 rounds in the magazine, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ms. Barrett, besides your work documenting the scene and working as crime scene, you did not participate in the investigation of the case, did you?
No, sir.
Okay. All right, thank you, ma'am. Those are my questions.
Thank you.
Please, Court Your Honor. Very briefly, you were shown a series of photographs, a couple of photographs, Deputy Duran, that were taken that day, correct?
Yes, sir.
His picture was taken without his vest on, correct?
Yes, sir.
And his vest is one that displays plainly that he's with the sheriff's office, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. But other than that, that's how he looked that day?
Yes, sir.
I didn't get one thing. You're probably not the right person to just tell me that. Did you check to see whether or not the weapon, that was Mr. Fortson's weapon, had a cartridge in what we call in the chamber, ready to fire?
I'm not sure. I did not collect it.
That wasn't what you did?
Okay.
That's all I wanted to know.
Yes,
Thank you
sir.
so much.
Raise your right.
The vest that Mrs. Smith mentioned, identifying somebody at the sheriff's office, that helps if somebody can see the person, correct?
I'm not sure the whole.
Well, I'm not asking about what happened. I'm saying if somebody is wearing a vest that says sheriff's office, they have to see the person to identify them, correct?
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you.
Is the witness released?
Yes, Your Honor. From the
Yes,
state.
Your Honor.
All right, thank you very much. If y'all would approach.
Yes, Your Honor.
Hi, I'm Michael Gilbert, defense attorney with Warrior Law. I represent those accused in Santa Rosa, Okaloosa, and Walton County. If you or anyone you know has been accused of a crime, give us a call. We can help.
All right, let's tender the exhibits and be sure Madam Clerk has them all. You got everything but those photos, right? Just double check. All right, we'll take our lunch recess. We'll be back at 1 o'clock. The courtroom will open 1:45 so everybody can come and get their seats, and then we'll be convened at 1 o'clock. Thank you.
All right. What is it, recess?
Close. I don't know if Rod will even